would you like to swing on a star? Carry moonbeams. Good to see everybody. I think we have mostly CC strummers here, our local ukulele group here in Los Angeles. Thank you so much for being here. And we might have some other visitors as well. We welcome you. And thank you, Stephanie, for inviting me back. It's such a pleasure. And thank you for the good work that Ukulele Kids Club is doing, the gift that keeps right on giving through a lifetime. So we're doing a song today that the CC Strummers play, but we're going to get into a little bit more of the nitty-gritty of some of the fancies that we can do that I don't talk about on our Zoom classes. So we're going to talk a little bit more about them here. But first of all, let's just warm up our hands. You know the drill. We are practicing repetition, and we want to be good to our body parts. So I'm just making some heat with the palms of my hand and then giving my hands a really nice massage. This is sort of our usual exercise that we do, that we can do between songs, and I hope that you guys do. I'm going to clasp my fingers together and push my palms of my hand outward towards you and just get a really nice stretch in my arms and my back. Oh, feels so good. Let's do a quick vocal exercise. We're going to do the Mommy Makes Me Mash My M&Ms. So we're using that M consonant sound, to try and get the voice resonating up in this area. It's around 5 o'clock I start fading, so I need all the help to So it goes like this. Mommy makes me mash my M&Ms. So you would try that with me? Deep breath and do whatever your body needs to do to sustain that breath. Mommy makes me mash my M&Ms. You notice this is the embouchure as a singer. We want it to go more vertical than horizontal like this, like the Joker from Batman. Okay, so wow, wow. I know I have really big lips. Don't let it scare you. Let's try it again. Mommy makes me mash my M&Ms. I'm going to bring it up a little higher. Mommy makes me mash my M&Ms. A little higher. Mommy makes me mash my M&Ms. One more. Mommy makes me mash my M&Ms. And hello to Linda. Hi, nice to meet you. I think we have at least 2 players, maybe more, who I don't know, who are not part of our ukulele group, and want to extend a special welcome to you guys. We're doing a song that our CC Strummers have been doing for quite a long time. It's called OO-KOO-LAY-LAY, and I wrote it for a reason, and my bet is this has happened to a lot of you. You know, you're walking down the street, you're carrying your ukulele case, and someone comes up and says, "Oh, that's a violin. Oh, it's a violin." And I've said, "No, it's a ukulele," and they get really depressed. I said, no, ukulele is a great thing. But one time I was doing a gig, okay, and I'm wearing my ukulele like this. Someone came up to me and said, "Is that a saxophone?" You know, it was like the earth tilted. I couldn't believe it. And I had a joke ready. I said, "No, but it's a tenor." Now, you guys get it, right? This is a tenor ukulele, there's a tenor saxophone, but it went over that person's head. And that's when I said, I'm writing a song about this, explain it. End of story. So that's the story of this song. And here's what we're going to do. Let's play through the song together as is, without me really explaining anything, just so you can get a little bit of it under your fingers. And then we're going to circle back, get into the nitty-gritty. What I'm going to do with the introduction, verse 1, and the first chorus, and hopefully you've got a copy of the song in front of you. Stephanie made sure that you would get a PDF of it, of the chart. Starting with verse 2, I'm going to add fancies so that you can get an idea what we're going to focus in on with our class. So this is a shuffle. We're doing it at 110 beats per minute. I hope you can hear the drum. Starting note is a G. That's our instruction for the singers. La, 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 la. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. La, 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 la. What is this thing? People wanna know. If it's a violin, then where's the bow? Is it a baby guitar with teeny weeny strings? It's really cute, but what is this thing? Well, it's an OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. It's an OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. And it's really, really, really fun to play. It's an OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. Here's a fancy. Here's a little history. We can thank the Portuguese. They brought it to Hawaii long ago. And pretty soon the whole world would know about the OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. The OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. It puts a smiley, smiley, smiley in your day. Oops, it's an OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. So it's made of plastic, glue, and wood. But something about it makes you feel so good. And lots of people are heeding the call, thinking big, but keeping it small. Playing the OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. The OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. It shoos your blues away. It's an OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. Yeah, it's an OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. An OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. You're gonna ooh and ah and say, it's an OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. La 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 la. Or la 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 la. Or la 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 la. We'll talk about those different endings. So that's the scoop on the song. I have a feeling that we've got these chords under our fingers. And by the way that I do my Zoom classes, they're very interactive and participatory because we learn from each other and we share ideas from each other. So please, if you have a question or you have another way of doing something, unmute yourself so that we can benefit from your observations. And I don't want to wait to the end of the class for that. Just interrupt me, I'm fine. I won't fall over. So let's start by looking at the verse. And then we're going to back up and look at the intro. Let's just play through the verse slowly. And by the way, let me just talk about the strum pattern for a second. It being a shuffle, and this is 4/4 time. That's our pocket. 1, 2, 3, 4. If by some chance you're a beginner and you're just starting off, what you want to do is just strum down, maybe with your thumb, but I'm a guitar player who found ukulele, so I'm a fingernail person. And so you see how cupped my right hand is, and the movement is coming from my elbow. It's not coming from my wrist. I just freak out when I see players doing this instead of this, because so much can go wrong with our wrists. So think of it as one unit. Work on that. Watch yourselves in the mirror. That helps so much. So if you're a beginner, just strum down on what's called the downbeat, which is the first beat in the measure. So it'd be, what is this thing people wanna know? If it's a violin. And that will give you lots of time to make the chord transition. Next step, we're kind of building a scaffolding around this song. So the next step would be to do a down, up, down, up, down, up. And again, if you're just starting off, you might want to just use your index finger to go down. And then we're going to toggle it, switch it, and come up with a flesh. Down with the nail, up with the flesh. And my wrist is twisting a little bit, but again, you see how where the movement is coming from the old elbow here. I'm right over here. Don't do this over the sound hole. We're not guitar players. Like that. So you could do a down up. What is this thing people wanna know? Sweet strum pattern. Then we can do what I call the boom chaka, because it sounds like boom chaka. First beat down, second beat down up, third beat down, fourth beat down up. It's a symmetrical strum pattern. The first two beats are the same as the last two beats. Let's just try it. Make a C. And speaking of C, I would love, love, love for you to feel comfortable making a C with your baby finger as well as your ring finger, because there's a time and a place for both. So let's try the boom chaka. 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Now the next chord is a D7. I strongly suggest you use the middle finger and the ring finger to form that D7. Why? Because fingering is gold, that's why. And the next chord after that is a G7. What do? You just bring these guys down and make your G7. Now see, if I'm making it a D7 the traditional way that I learned, index, middle, okay? I have to change everything up to make a G7. Oh, who wants to work that hard? I don't. So let's try embellishing that C chord. Now many of you know this. An embellishment is when we're, in this case, we're adding an extra note to fancy it up. But it has to be easy enough that we can still sing and maintain our sanity at the same time. So I'm making my C with my baby finger. With my index finger, I'm going to the G string. G, C, E, A. G string closest to our face, to the 2nd fret. And I'm pressing in on the royal 2 and 4, the back beats, to give this thing some rhythmic intensity. Let's try it. 2, 3, 4. And if you don't want to do boom chaka, just go down, 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 or down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Let's close our eyes and do it. Okay. These ideas, these musical fancies that we're learning today are transferable to a multitude of songs, so they're not exclusive to this thing. I want you to try my other songs in your repertoire. Now that D7, we're going to fancy that baby up. A couple ways. Let's add a note. And when I say we add a note, we hold the form down. That stays put. And we add a note on top of that. So we've got a baby finger free. If you're using this fingering. If you're using your index and your middle, you've got your ring finger free. You know, find what works for you. There's no test. There's no graduation either, by the way. So I'm going to go to the 2nd fret for this embellishment to the A string. We're actually turning this into a D 13th chord. Exciting, you're doing a little jazz chord. And on the 2 and the 4. So let's try that. The D7, 2, 3, 4. Let's go back to the C. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. D7. Now here's another thing you can do with the D7. We can slide it, and we're doing a lot of sliding in this song. What does that mean? We take the form and we move it usually first up towards the headstock. Now, I trust that the more you woodshed this thing, you do it hundreds of times, your fingers are going to relax. My bet is some of you might be pressing really hard, and you don't have to, but you have to find that out for yourself. So let's do, I'm just going to strum down with my right hand. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So I'm sliding back and forth on each beat. Watch here, I'm going to move it really close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So here are two fancies for the D7. Embellishing with an added note and a slide. Now the G7, watch this. I do this a lot and I don't even notice it. What am I doing? I'm pressing in on the G7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm lifting everything off the fretboard on the 2 and the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes this works in a song, sometimes it doesn't. You have to test it out. So I use this trick with a lot of chords. I'll just press in and let go, press in and let go. So in context, it sounds like this. Playing the verse, 2, 3, 4. What is this thing people wanna know? If it's a violin, then where's the bow? Is it a baby guitar? It would be baby guitar with teeny weeny strings. So I'm going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And to do that little trick, we have to break up the pocket a little bit more. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Will you try it with me? 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we're pulling up stakes on the and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We're going to talk about integrating a G7 slide in just a minute as well as an embellishment for this. Now, getting to the end of the second line in the verse, we have a couple things happening. We have what is called, I call a mute strum, they call it a chuck in the ukulele world. And this is the notation I use. I have a slash, meaning a beat, and then I put an M through it for mute. Very creative, huh? It looks like this. Oof, I love it. It's our exclamation point. It's like, hey, over here. This is what I just did. I want to get as much cluck for my buck, so I'm going to show you the way I do that with chucks. Let's hold our hand up like this, you know, like fist bump here, and just splay your fingers out like this. like that. We can do this. Okay, now slowly bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. And I'll make a C with my left hand. And I'm just going to splay across all 4 strings. Now, why is this really delivering a bolus of sound? I love this. It's mathematics. We have 4 fingers going across 4 strings. That's 16 sounds. We're maxing out on the sounds we can make. And when I'm doing this, if we had a slow motion camera, it would look like this, and I would be leading with my baby finger like that. It's going slowly. Now, this is a simultaneous motion. Now, once my fingers have opened up, my hand is in an optimal position to press in and mute the sounds I've just made. I'm going to try and do it slowly. Watch yourself in the mirror as you're learning this. What you don't want to do is this. It's a continuous, like a Mobius strip, like that. It's very cool. And after that, we have a tacit. A tacit means you have to know we're the band. We are what I would call myself when I was working as a performing musician, a self-contained musician. I did all the parts myself. We are singing. Our right hand is like the rhythm section. We're keeping the pulse of the song, or the heartbeat of the song. Our left hand is moving over the fretboard to create different sounds, like a band would do. So I call this the band, rhythm section, stand-up singer. The tacit is giving instruction to the band and the rhythm section to stop. But the singer keeps going. So we have a, well, it's an OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. Okay, so got some fancies there in that verse. Let's try the verse together really slowly. 2, 3. What is this thing people want to know? If it's a violin, then where's the bow? Is it a baby guitar with teeny weeny strings? It's really cute, but what is this thing? Well, it's an... How's that? How are you getting that? Any questions on that so far? Okay. Let us take
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, I have a quick question.
Shizuko,
Hi,
yes.
Shizuko. Yeah, hi. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
It is Thursday. It is Thursday in Japan. It is Thursday in
Yeah, that's
Australia.
right. Thursday morning, yes. For the embellishment of D7,
Mm-hmm.
baby finger, which thread did you put?
Okay, for the D7,
Yeah, D7 embellishment.
Okay, let me show you again. The first thing we start off is with the chord form, and then we're going to add something with the one, unless we're going to slide. So you start off with your D7 form, and we're going to add a note to that. And depending on the fingering you're using, if you're using the middle and the ring finger, we're going to go to our baby finger to press it in. It's all the action is on the second fret.
Oh, second fret.
Yeah.
Second fret. Oh.
Second fret. Yeah. And then if we're going to slide, we're going to slide between the second fret and the first fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm just sliding it back and forth on the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And, I don't want to tell you exactly how and when to do this, because I want you guys to be your own arrangers. These are ideas that I want you to put through your own digestive system and come out with your own interpretation of it. Yeah, so don't try to do exactly what I do, because I don't do this. I don't play the song the same way. My fingers are off and running. God knows what they're doing. But you want to woodshed it and then try it with other songs, which is what we're going to try to do today as well. Shizuka,
right.
thank you. Any other
you.
questions? You're welcome.
Thank you.
Let's look at the intro, because I'm going to show you what we're aiming towards. La 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 la. So probably most or all of you are familiar with what's called the Hawaiian Turnaround. And in the key of C, that's two chords. It's a D7 and it's a G7. And what I wanted to do was create something that illustrates this, which would be much more challenging and it's a finger-picking thing. But I wanted to create something that was more accessible to more players. So I came up with this. So let's break it down and let's talk about it. The chords are, we want to look at, first of all, at the pocket. How much time and space do we have to do a fancy here? So looking at the intro, let's address this. How many beats of a D7? How many beats of a G7? How many beats of a C? So adding all those beats together, we have two measures. And we have 2 beats of that D7, 2 beats of that G7, and then a C. So that D7 is a slide, what we were talking about before, but there's a particular rhythmic component to it. We're going da, da, da. So because I come from the intuitive school of things, will you do that with me? Will you just do da, da, da? So I'm clapping and I'm tapping my foot always. 3, 4, da, 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay, stop. When you go to bed tonight and you're not holding your ukulele, go da 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 da. You do not need to be holding a ukulele or playing a ukulele to practice. We can. They're doing studies that indicate that thinking about it is as good. So there you go. There's something to do when we can't fall asleep at 3 o'clock in the morning. So it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da, da, da. So I'm playing a D7. 1, sliding. 1, 2, 1, 2. Actually, it's 1 and 2. 1 and 1 and 2. And my right hand, let me tell you what I'm doing here. I'm going down, down, up, down. Down, up, down. Da, da, da. You could do down, up, down. Down, up, down for the right hand. Down, up, down. Down, up, down. Down, up, down. Okay, let go. Let's do it again. 2, 3, 4. Down, up, down. Down, up, down. Now we're going to do the same rhythmic motif on a G7. So first of all, let's slide that G7 form 1 fret towards the headstock. Tell me what happens, or tell yourself, tell the tree, what happens when we slide 1 fret to the left? What happens to the index finger? Off it comes. That's the way it's supposed to be. Don't freak out. But don't lift it up and send it on a trip to Phoenix, okay? You want to keep it really close because we're going to be putting it down very quickly. So let's try the G7. Now slide the whole form to the headstock and then slide back. 1, 2, 3. So we're just practicing the slide right now, which is another embellishment for the G7 form. Now within this particular rhythmic motif, we'd be doing 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Now, don't fret if you're not quite getting this. It's very tricky. We're doing a complicated rhythmic component to this. We're doing a slide that you may not be accustomed to. So slow it down. Let's try it together. 1, the D7, G7, and C. 2, 3, 4. C. D7. Try closing your eyes, okay? Let's try it. One more time. Okay, I'm going to slow this way down. We're going to do the intro and the verse. You ready? 2, 3, here's the tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. La 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 la. What is this thing people wanna know? If it's a violin, then where's the bow? Is it a baby guitar with teeny weeny strings? It's really cute, but what is this thing? Well, it's an OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. How was that for you? I think someone just signed in. Hang on. I don't know if Stephanie's here to let folks in. Okay. How did that go for you before we move on to another fancy? Okay. Don't hesitate to talk to me. It gets very lonely here. We're going to talk about a fancy that I think we just love in the CC strummers. It's on the A7 chord and the D7 chord. So we're looking at the chorus now. And let me show you what I'm doing. Well, it's an OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. An OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. And it's a really, really, really fun to play. It's an OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. So this is a chord progression. It's for the A7 it's 1 finger. For the D7 it's 2 fingers. And all we're doing, the big picture is, all that we're doing is moving the chord form 1 fret towards the sound hole on each beat in this particular case. So let's look at that A7 that starts first chord in the chorus. We can make our little A7. All we're going to do is take that form, see right here, we're going to move it to the 2nd fret, beat 2, 3rd fret, beat 3, and then 4th fret. It's a little dissonant, but we do it so fast, the dissonance just becomes cool. So let's just try this together. Make your A7, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it again. Find your A7, 2, 3, 4. Tap your foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you see what's happening? We're just taking that chord form and moving it 1 fret at a time on each beat towards the sound hole. We're doing the same idea with a D7. Let's make our D7. So this is a 2-finger chord. We're going to hold that form, and we're going to move it 1 fret for each beat towards the sound hole. Let's try it. So watch here. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. This is very cool. I like my embellishments. Let's put them together. Let's do an A7 and a D7. Each is 1 measure. 2, 3, 4, A7, D7, A7, D7, A7, D7. All right, I'm going to slow this down even more. We're doing 90 beats per minute. Let's try that chorus together. 2, 3, 4, 1. Well, it's an OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. An OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. And it's really, really, really fun to play. It's an OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. Now, when you're doing this fancier stuff, it might be a good idea to simplify your right hand, make life easier for you. I certainly do this when I'm performing. The audience does not know the difference, nor do they care. You just keep smiling. So I just do a down, 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 down. OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. Now when you're comfortable with that, add a down up. That's a OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. And OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. And it's really, really, really fun to play. It's an OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. Let's try that D7. Ba, 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 ba. So now, listen, I am going to screen share a song with you guys. Here it is. Oh, here. And I hope that you can all see it. This song is Swinging on a Star. Won the Academy Award back in the day, I think 44 or 45. And if you notice on the chorus, there are the exact same chords as my song. You would think I lifted it from Jimmy Van Heusen and Johnny Burke. Who knows? But it's very hard to be original in music land. But these are the exact same chords. So now let's try it. Looking at the chorus, not the verses, but the chorus. 1, 2, 3. Would you like to swing on a star? Carry moonbeams home in a jar? And be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a mule? Now let's add our lick. Make it Hawaiian. Let's try it one more time. Or would you like to swing on a star? Carry moonbeams home in a jar? And be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a mule? So in other words, I wanted you to try this with another song so you could see how this works. I want to see if I can screen share one other song here. Now this song is Hey Good Lookin'. We don't have an A7 lick in this, but we have a D7. So we're going to have to just push a little toggle out of the way. We're looking at stanza 1. So see if you can throw in that little D7 lick. Let's do it really slowly. 2, 3, 4. Hey, a good looking. What you got a cooking? Here we go. How's about cooking something up with me? Let's try it one more time. Hey, good looking. What you got a cooking? Here's the D7. How's about cooking something up with me? We're turning them Hawaiian. So you see what I mean? You look through your personal repertoire and you're going to find examples, especially in the key of C. This is going to be happening a lot in the key of C, where you're going to an A7 and a D7. Try this lick and see if it works. The only thing that might be different is, as I was talking about time and space, we are playing the lick in my song, in Swinging on the Star, for one measure. Sometimes you might have two measures of, let's say, A7. What do? Because now we have to cover twice as much distance and time. What do you do to take that lick and tweak it? Let me show you. We stretch it out. Instead of moving the finger every beat, we will move it every other beat. So it'll be like this: 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was two measures. One measure would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Two measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see how you can take these little tricks and nip and tuck them to fit into the situation with the song that you're working on. So any questions so far? We're going to talk about one other really cool thing. I want to talk about, okay, no one's talking to me. So I want to talk about inversions. Let me show you how we're going to use an inversion. The OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. Watch this. Okay. What did I just do? I did something called an inversion. And, you know, we've got a fretboard here, and just because we're making a C chord, there's ways to make a C chord all over the fretboard. It's still a C chord, but we get a different flavor. This sounds a certain way, and this sounds a certain way. I'm sliding into a C. Now, an inversion, okay, I got the Post-its together. It's the first time I've tried this. Let me know if it works. Okay. When we're doing a C chord, we are going to spell it from the nose down. We've got a G. We've got a C. God, is this going to work? What's the next one? What's the next string? An E? Oops, it's supposed to be, here's the E. An E and a C. This is the spelling of a C major chord. So in other words, G, C, E, and the top note is a C. So we get a particular sound. Now, when we play this C chord this way, here's the spelling. We have a G. We have another G. Oh dear. We have a C. Oops. We have a C. And maybe the Post-it idea is not working. There it is. So in other words, when we're doing inversion, this is my way of saying we change the order of the spelling of the chord. And what it does is create a different flavor. We stack them differently. Now this form looks like a G. So let's make a good old G, okay? Now we're going to slide the whole thing up to the 7th fret, where the index and the middle are sitting in the 7th fret. let go, and then do that again. Let go. Now let's make a C chord, the good old C, and then let's make this one. Can you hear? It's a C chord, but it's different because we're stacking the notes differently. What's cool about this form is we can slide it. Watch this. Will you try that with me? So let go, make that form, and we're going to slide on each beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So, when you're feeling comfortable, you can interchange these chords. What is this thing people wanna know? If it's a violin. So I switched up. It takes a bit of wood shedding, and it's a little challenging when we're singing. But that's an idea to embellish a C chord. What I was doing with this song is, for example, at the end of the chorus, the very end, we're doing OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. So let's just talk about that. Can you hear that we're sliding into that C form? So what I'm doing is I'm taking aim for the 6th fret. So I can do ba, ba, going from the 6th fret to the 7th. So in context, it would be da, 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 da. Just get my drum. I'm going to slow this down a little bit more for us. So it's always, always better to play this with rhythm so we can sink into our own personal drum machine inside. Let's just try that. Ba, ba, ba. Let's see. OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. We'll just take it from lay, lay, 2, 3, 4. Lay, lay. Again, D7, G7, again, again, that might be too fast. Let's try it really slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Ba, 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 ba. So what do you say? Let's do, because we're running low on time, let's do like half the song, and we're going to do it at this tempo. We're going to do it really slowly and see how many of these little tricks that you can integrate. And fortunately, Stephanie is recording this, so you'll be able to, she'll post it, and you'll be able to review, because it's a lot of stuff, but it's all transferable. All right, let's take it from the top. Here's our tempo. 80 beats per minute. 2, 3, 4. La 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 la. What is this thing people wanna know? If it's a violin, then where's the bow? Is it a baby guitar with teeny weeny strings? I'm sliding here. It's really cute, but what is this thing? Well, it's an OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. An OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. And We can thank the Portuguese. They brought it to Hawaii long ago, and pretty soon the whole world would know about the OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. The OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. It puts a smiley, smiley, smiley in your day. It's an OO-KOO-LAY-LAY. Now, I showed you a couple ways of ending this song, and this is one of those. At the very end, we go, it's la, 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 and then a beautiful C6, which sounds very Hawaiian. I have a low G tuning on my ukulele. If you have a high G, it'll sound like this. Sound very Hawaiian. So it's all open strings. But what would happen if we played that C6 an octave higher? And we would go to the 12th fret. So depending on what your ukulele is, a concert or a tenor, I have a little marking on mine. I have 2 dots on my 12th fret, the octave. And I like to use my fingers, and I just do this. Whoops. So it'd be la 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 la. Isn't that pretty? You can also bar it, although it's a little hard because it's up in the dusty frets. But that's another option. So a couple ways to end this. La la, 3 ways. La 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 la. Open strings. We'll do the slide, the G form, the inversion, the C form inversion. La 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 la. Or up to the 12th fret. La 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 la. What are your questions, darlings? I haven't had a chance to read the chat, so if you have a question that's in the chat, tell me now, because I won't read it until we're done.
Callie, this is Bobby from Washington.
Bobby, thank you for being
on
here.
the inversion, so you're doing the D7, the G7, and then you do a single little strum of C before you then move on?
I do. I do. Let's see. Yeah, I do, because it's all in the neighborhood down here. And it gives me a fraction more time to race up here to the 6th fret to the 7th.
Got it. Thank you.
Does that work for you?
Well, it'll work after I woodshed it a whole lot.
It's worth it because there's just so many opportunities to use this song. Ellen, did you have a question?
No, I just thought that this was fun.
Oh, listen, thank you. I love that blue. That's really, really gorgeous.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Any other?
Callie, Linda had asked about the drum machine. Like what's the accompaniment that you're using?
Let me answer this 2 ways. I have the whole Zoom setup here, and I'm using an official drum machine because I can turn it on with my right foot. I can add a fill with my left foot, like so. And it is an Alesis SR18. And I buy my gear from sweetwater.com. They're just the best. They're somewhere in Indiana, and they are very customer oriented. They've helped me through some real pickles, and I deal with them exclusively. It's about $300. You need to get foot pedals, and you're going to need to put it through an amp or a headphone. But here's another option if you don't want to go through that rigmarole. there is a drum app that I highly, highly recommend that you can get on your phone for $4.99. I think the better version is maybe a few bucks more and worth every penny. It's called Music, what's it called? Music Plus? Downbeats Plus. What's it? I am zinging out here. Music Downbeats. Oh my God. Somebody help me. What's the name of it? And where is my phone? I know. I'm going to show you. Hang on. I'm going to show you the app on my phone. Drumbeats Plus. Okay, it's called Drumbeats Plus. This is what the icon, oops. Hang on. This is what the icon looks like. I don't know if you can see it because I've got a green screen. It's a little hard to hear, but to see. But it's two drumsticks over a snare drum with a little plus. Drum Beats Plus, and it is a drum machine. You do not have to program any of these files. They're already there. You have the control over how fast it goes. There's a metronome, beautiful metronomes as well, and it is just so fun to play with a drum kit, and a lot easier than getting a drum machine. But the drum machine is an option. So Drum Beats Plus.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Drum Beats Plus. So go to your app store and see what you can find. Stephanie, she's back. Any other questions, darlings?
I've been here for a while. I've been hanging out.
Oh, good. Any other questions?
Callie, I just thought that was fantastic. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Lisa. Thanks for coming. Finally within her purview of time. You and Shizuko. Thank you.
Now I'm so excited to get these under my fingers so I can look cool to some of my teenage patients who don't think I'm very cool.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
I'm going to prove them wrong.
But like I said in the chat, I'll be emailing out the recording to everyone once it's edited, so keep an eye on your email. And then it'll also be posted, of course, on the UKC at Home tab under previous UKC classes, along with Callie's other classes that she's taught for us, and of course, all the other classes that have been taught over the last 2 years.
You get wonderful teachers.
We have some more really good ones coming up over the next few months.
Who are you getting coming up?
Neil is going to be back. Neil Chin is going to be back with us.
Yeah,
he always comes back every so often. Daniel Ward will be doing a class with us. And then we're actually going to have a couple classes that are going to be exclusively in Spanish.
Oh, wow. Oh, that is fantastic.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. Wow. So the folks here are on your mailing list, and they'll find out about what's coming up.
Yep. So as long as everyone here is registered. So I have your email addresses. So you'll be getting all of the announcements about all of the upcoming classes and everything. If at any point you don't want to hear from me, just let me know. I won't be offended. I'll take you off my list. Got it.
Terrific. Thank you so very, very much. Any other questions?
Enjoyed.
Domo arigato. Thank you, Shizuko.
Thank you. I enjoyed a lot today.
My pleasure. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for sharing your talent and your knowledge with us. Where else would we get these kinds of things? And you teach it in little pieces that we can actually get. And now it's practice, practice, practice. Thank you so much.
Yeah, or playing. I don't like the word practice.
You're right.
I haven't come up with a better word. Maybe you guys can, but we're playing. You know,
Yes.
We're playing in the sandbox, and we get to make music while we're doing it. So.
My practice is
Neil Chin always says noodling.
Noodling. Oh, that's good. I like that. Anything that has to do with food gets my attention. Noodling. Okay. Well, our darling Stephanie, as I mentioned before, she worked all day. She's got. How old is Riley?
Riley has just turned 3 in February.
Oh my gosh. And you're a little over 6 months pregnant.
Yep.
And here she is. And what time do you have to get up in the morning?
About 6.
Oh, okay.
I'll be going to bed in about as soon as we end this meeting.
3 minutes, she's going to bed. So aloha, aloha, and thank you all so very, very much. Strum
Thanks,
happy now.
Stephanie.
La 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 la.